Hello, my fire signs. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. How are you guys? Hope you're all doing well. This is a general reading for you for my Leos, Aries, and Sagittarius. So please do take from it whatever makes sense for you, your life, your situation, your relationship, and release what does not resonate with you. If you are interested in a private reading, all of that information is down below in the description box, as well as a list of all of the card decks that I will be featuring for this particular reading. All right, guys. So this is going to analyze how the person that you're thinking about for this reading feels about the connection. We're going to start off with the divine masculine energy and then follow up with the divine feminine. And it's just energy, guys. It can apply to both feminine as well as masculine, male or female. So take it for how it resonates with you. All right, so let's get started, guys, and let's take a look and see what messages need to come through for this reading. It is timeless, so truly whenever you're guided to watch this video, and hopefully you'll be able to resonate with the messages and that I'm able to offer you guidance here today. Alrighty, let's take a look for my fire signs, focusing on divine masculine energy first. How does the divine masculine feel about this connection? Ooh, we've got rage. So we're already starting off with a divine masculine who is not very happy at the moment. Upset, not very happy. Whenever someone is in that space of rage, there is some pretty intense emotions, anger, frustration, just very angry type energy. The card after that is heartache. A broken heart. Oh my gosh. Card after that is defeated. So I have a divine masculine here who is in a very troubled space at the moment. Anger, brokenhearted, feeling defeated in some aspect of this connection. So we'll have to pull some additional cards to see where all of this is coming from. What else, please? Angels and spirit guides for divine masculine. For my fire signs, please. What else do we need to know from the divine masculine energy? We've got friendship here. Perhaps the divine masculine was wanting more than friendship, and it might have been going in a particular direction, and he just ended up not getting from the relationship what it was that he was looking for, especially if he was wanting the divine feminine for more than friendship. Wanting a committed relationship and ended up not getting that. Let's see what else. Let me grab one more here. For the divine masculine, please, angels and spirit guides. Okay, two more. We've got intoxicated. Wow. This is somebody, my divine masculine, for whoever this is resonating with, with that intoxicated type energy. It's almost obsessive, like they get that natural high from just being with the divine feminine. And if what they ended up getting was friendship, he's not happy. Codependency. So my divine masculine may be drinking a little bit too much, or even indulging in other unhealthy type behaviors, whether that's got anything to do with drugs or just really exhibiting just unhealthy type energies here by way of this connection. Yikes. Okay. We need to add to this. All right, so let's add some Mystic Moon oracles. But yeah, I've got a divine masculine who is seriously pissed off. The picture of this particular divine masculine here looks like he's sitting in his car, just staring off into space, just really upset and heartbroken. And then we've got this image of a divine masculine who is just feeling completely defeated, sitting there just drinking himself into a stupor And then we've got this intoxicated energy, which I feel, you know, is very similar really to this codependency. Obsessive. Just can't get the divine masculine. Why did I just say divine masculine? I meant to say divine feminine. Well, of course, for some of you guys, it could be divine masculine. However way you are resonating with that. But there's obsessive behavior here that I'm picking up off of. Can't seem to get his mind off of the divine feminine, I feel. And just obsessed. He almost feels incomplete without the divine feminine, I feel. He wants more than friendship, but at the end of the day, for some of you, especially my divine feminines tuning in, perhaps all you're able to offer at this moment is friendship, especially if you're still trying to figure out how you feel about this connection. All right, so let's add to this. Mystic Moon Oracles for my fire signs. Fifth dimension. So right now, since the divine masculine can't, I feel, be with the divine feminine in the 3D, all he's got is the 5D. But I don't feel he's happy there. He wants to be able to touch, feel, kiss, embrace, make love to his divine feminine. And I really feel here that my divine feminine is not ready to offer that. Let's see what else here. What else, please, for my fire signs, divine masculine? Self-worth. Next card is unawakened, followed by lessons, balancing the scales, and mirroring energy. So for some of you, you might actually feel as though this is a twin flame connection. That is that mirroring energy, which I tap into with twin flames. There is unbalanced energy here, especially if what the divine masculine is wanting is not what the divine feminine is wanting at the moment. Not to say that you guys can't eventually meet each other halfway or be on the same page. I just feel right now, based off of what's coming through here from the divine masculine, that he's not getting from this relationship what it is that he's looking for. And with the self-worth card falling right below heartache, I really feel here that he's just not in a good headspace as to his value, his self-worth. He's not happy just being able to communicate in the 5D. He wants 3D action. He's definitely got some lessons to learn here. And right now, he's unawakened. Unawakened perhaps to the possibilities of what could be if he could just calm down a little bit to just see things from a different perspective, see things from the divine feminine's perspective, and just have a better understanding of where the divine feminine is coming from. But right now, I feel that that is all clouded by anger and frustration, rage, as that card states. Wow. All right, let's add some tarot to this. Let's see what else. So this is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon. So angels and spirit guides, please, for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. What else do we need to know, please? Focusing on divine masculine energy. So let's take a look and see what else we need to know. Focusing on divine masculine energy. How do they feel about the connection? We've got the Hierophant, but it is coming up reversed. In the upright, it says spiritual advisement in this deck. It is coming up reverse though. Whenever the Hierophant is in reverse, it is rebellious energy. And since this is focusing on divine masculine, perhaps he's trying to think of a new approach. Which is actually a good thing, because I feel here that he wants so much more from the connection that he's just not getting out of it. And he's very frustrated, and he's upset, and he's mad, and he's angry. He's in a place of rage, feeling defeated and heartbroken. Might be drinking a little bit too much, or just exhibiting very toxic, codependent behavior. We've got the Tower, divine intervention. Interesting how those words are right there, divine intervention, and I really feel here that for some of my divine masculines, somebody's got a drinking problem here, and perhaps part of this Tower that's coming down here is due to some sort of divine intervention for the divine masculine. Went into a dark space, especially once the relationship went into separation, maybe. Or for some of you guys, divine masculine just had this problem before you even came into his life, and this had to be addressed. And the way this person might conduct themselves in their life is much the same way as if they were just getting drunk every night. You know, they want that type of intoxication in their relationships too. And if the divine feminine wasn't returning that type of intoxicated energy, then it upsets him. He's not happy because he's not getting from the divine feminine that type of passion and energy that he's looking for. Let's see what else. Okay, this one wants to fly out. We've got the Seven of Cups, fantasy and temptation, but that is falling in the reverse. So that's how I'm going to read that. So Cups energy is water energy. So Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces for some of you. So the Seven of Cups in reverse is lack of purpose, tapping into the divine masculine's fantasies and illusions. Also coming forward with confused energy and just trying to just fill his life or fill his days with something that can distract him from thinking about what's gone down between the divine masculine and divine feminine. So part of that energy for some of my divine masculines is to drink too much, I feel. Somebody's got a drinking problem. I can't help but tap into that here. Next card is Strength. The Strength card, which is restraint. The need for restraint here. Number 8 in tarot is change. And that's falling right below lessons here for the divine masculine. That I feel is what's needed. The divine masculine may have been a little bit too heavy-handed with the divine feminine, maybe. But we've got the Sun too. That's the next card. Illumination and growth. Followed by the Page of Swords. So in all of these challenging cards that are coming forward here from the divine masculine, we have the Sun. And that is your very own energy. It taps into fire energy. So I feel here that if the divine masculine can just calm down a little bit and just finally awaken to the possibilities of what could actually come in for him, not just in love and romance, but life in general, because he's coming forward with a little bit of unbalanced energy here. And so that's why we've got that balancing of the scales. That needs to be balanced. divine masculine has had a tower moment as well, and that's not an easy recovery. It takes time to get past a tower moment, but I feel here that it may have truly helped because it levels things out of one's life that no longer serve, making room for better. So, better relationship, improved conditions in one's life, whether that's money matters, finding a job, health matters, whatever the case may be. But, we go from the tower, chaos, all the way through to the sun, which is a beautiful card. Best card ever in tarot. It's the most positive card. This is success now. This is happiness for the divine masculine. This is giving him the joy that he needs, because right now, this is where he's at. He's pissed off. He's brokenhearted. He's feeling defeated. He's not happy just being friends with the divine feminine. He's completely intoxicated with that connection. Not happy just tapping into the energies of a fifth dimension type connection or interaction. He's just coming forward with very impatient energy, like, I want it now. But once he travels through this journey that he's on, eventually things are going to improve. Health, love, everything, especially in regard to his romantic life. Because the sun can certainly be representative of marriage and unions coming together of two people, the way the divine masculine is wanting. And with that Page of Swords energy, that is air energy for some of you guys, there's a message that I feel the divine masculine wants to deliver. But right now it's just in his thoughts, He hasn't actually been able to manifest that. But eventually, given time, I will. Did I just say I will? I'm so tired. Divine masculine will. It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day, but I really wanted to get this reading out to you guys. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on and grab some romance angels. All right, so angels and spirit guides for fire signs, please. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. How does the divine masculine feel about this connection? What else do we need to know here, please? New love can certainly be indicative of finding someone else, but in this particular spread, and based off of the messages that I'm seeing here, this is truly what the divine masculine is wanting, is a new opportunity in love, a second chance, a new chapter, a new leaf, turning over a new leaf in regard to this connection. Next card is Flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. And I feel here when the divine masculine and divine feminine connected, there was that very flirtatious type energy. I'm just feeling here, based off of these cards, that the divine feminine is just not on the same page. She's, I think, content with friendship. I haven't even pulled the divine feminine cards, but that's what I'm tapping into from this. And look at the next card, guys. We've got unrequited love, so more unbalanced energy here, followed by red flags. Pay attention to the red flags. So that might actually be contributing to this rage and heartache, as well as a divine masculine feeling completely defeated because it turned into friendship rather than love. for some of you. You know, somebody who recognized the fact that there just wasn't enough attraction or chemistry to keep the relationship going. And for some reason, if the divine masculine is choosing to force his hand here and just not taking no for an answer, perhaps that's part of these red flags that are coming through here. But if I feel the divine masculine just comes from a place of calm energy, that'll actually help the situation, because he's got the sun on his side, which can turn this situation around, but he cannot come from this place of rage. That's not going to work. All right, so let's move on, guys. Let's take a look at the divine feminine here and see where she's coming from and how she feels about the connection. So that's a glimpse into the world of the divine masculine for this reading. All right, so we're now looking into divine feminine energy. And I forgot to mention, these decks are by Flames of Alchemy. Pretty cool decks. This one is specifically divine feminine. So angels and spirit guides for my fire signs, please. Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. How does the divine feminine feel about this connection? So let's see if there's hope here for a connection. Please bring it forward for me. Focusing on divine feminine energy. Safety, stability, and security, root chakra. That's what the divine feminine is wanting. Perhaps she just wasn't getting it from the divine masculine. You know, if he's just being a little bit too forceful, a little bit too heavy-handed, dealing with codependent energy, drinking too much, having temper tantrums, I feel here that that's not what this divine feminine is looking for. Look at the next card. We've got manipulation. Retreat. I've got a divine feminine who's backing away. She's coming forward with determination as well, though. So she's not one to just lay down and take it. You know, she's very determined to create her own path. Interesting how we've got love and healing focusing on that heart chakra. Look at this next card, unspoken words. I feel here really that there's a lot that still needs to be talked about in this connection, but if I have a divine feminine that's retreating and backing away from a divine masculine because he is being manipulative and not making her feel safe or stable or offering the type of connection that offers just comforting security, that's not what this divine feminine is looking for. There's healing that's needed here, focusing on that heart chakra. Interesting. Okay, let's add to this some mystic moon oracles once again. And let's see what else needs to come through here. So angels and spirit guides for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. What else needs to come through here in regard to this connection? Focusing on divine feminine energy and how the divine feminine feels about this connection. Please bring it forward for me. Angels and spirit guides. Look at this. Soulmate. It's interesting how I picked up off of twin flame energy from the divine masculine. perhaps the divine feminine has actually made a new love connection and somebody that she feels is more suited for her by way of a soulmate connection. Interesting. We've got a pause here. Falling right below manipulation. This message is coming forward for the divine feminine because I feel here this pause is here because there's no movement, and part of the reason why there's no movement is because I have a divine masculine who's just coming forward as a little bit too strong. Might have scared the divine feminine away. She's backing away, she's backing off. Tapping into this manipulative type energy from the divine masculine, I feel. It's interesting how we've got the forgiveness card right after that. Falling right below retreat. You know, she's backing away and he's like, forgive me, I'm sorry. But it might be too late, you know, especially if my divine feminine has found a better connection. And I just realized, going back to the cards for the divine masculine, with this new love card coming through, perhaps for some of you, the divine masculine has actually observed the divine feminine moving on to a new relationship and found a new love. That's for some of you guys. Card after forgiveness is third party. Interesting. Some of you guys had to deal with a third party situation. That could have contributed as well to the divine masculine going into that space of rage. It's not an easy energy to be with, but perhaps what I'm tapping into here is that this is partially what really put the divine masculine into that space of rage due to a third party situation. That's for some of you guys. The interesting part about this, though, is the third party card is here, but I'm feeling as though that is the divine masculine's perception, because I'm feeling here for some of you, divine feminines, you moved on to another relationship. You wanted to just be friends with that particular divine masculine, but he just wasn't getting the memo that you've moved on. And so his perception of you moving on, especially if you're divine feminine, is that it did create a third party situation, even though it really didn't, because you moved on, you disconnected, you retreated. Next card after that is awakening. So I believe the unawakened card came forward before. Let me just find it really quick, because I believe, yeah. So before, divine masculine was unawakened and he's waking up now. But it might just be a little bit too late, you know, because I'm feeling here that I might have a divine feminine who doesn't care. She's just moving on. She's found somebody else. Moving on is what I'm feeling here. What else, please, for my fire signs? Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. One more card for my divine feminine, please. See that? Divine masculine. Okay. He's still trying to interject his presence into the divine feminine's life, but I feel here for some of you, whoever's resonating with this, my divine feminines, I feel you've moved on to a soulmate connection, and this divine masculine, representing a twin flame connection for some of you, is still wanting to be a part of your life. And I feel here that it's a very difficult decision, but those who are resonating with this have decided to move on and retreat from this connection and moving on to a soulmate type bond with somebody else. And I feel here I've got a divine masculine who just can't seem to accept that. Started drinking too much, exhibiting almost obsessive type behavior, and not willing to really let the divine feminine go, which is not the healthiest energy to be with, but that's what's coming through here. All right, so let's add some tarot to this. This is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon. Let's take a look. But I've got a divine masculine here who wants forgiveness for how they may have treated the divine feminine. But I feel here it might almost be a little bit too late, that my divine feminines have moved on to another love. What else, please, for my fire signs, angels, and spirit guides, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius? What else do you need to know from the divine feminine? Nine of Swords. Air energy. For some of you guys, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Self-sabotage and nightmares. That is interesting. That's depression. That's anxiety. That is despair. And I feel here, I typically tap into, for some reason, this particular card, I gravitate more so towards divine masculine energy. So I really feel here that the divine masculine is just not able to sleep. He's staying up late at night, just torturing himself over this connection that ended up not working out. Because I feel here, whoever again is resonating with this reading, the divine feminine may have just wanted to be friends, and I've got a divine masculine who wasn't ready to just accept that. Wow. Let's see what else. What else, please, for this connection, focusing on divine feminine energy? And certainly this may have also contributed to the divine feminines having to deal with depression or anxiety over what has happened here. And I feel part of that anxiety stems from being a little bit afraid of the divine masculine, especially somebody who might have a temper tantrum or just be a little bit heavy-handed, you know, or even abusive. We've got the King of Pentacles here, stable. And isn't it interesting how we've got safety, stability, and security tapping into the energy of that root chakra card, and then now we've got the King of Pentacles offering very similar energies with that stable vibration. And I feel here that for some of my divine feminines, this is indicative of somebody else that you've moved on to. Could be your soulmate. Okay, we've also got the Three of Pentacles. Collaboration. That number 3 typically taps into third party. Interesting though how it does fall in the reverse here. So we do have earth energy from that card. Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. So since it is falling in the reverse, this is lack of teamwork, disorganized energy. And, you know, when somebody's kind of backed off from the connection and focusing on this retreat card here for my divine feminine, it's very hard to work as a team towards a relationship or connection when there just isn't equal effort to keep the relationship going. Look at this next card. We've got the Two of Cups, divine partnership falling right below that third party. So what this is telling me is that the divine feminine is not interested in a third party situation. She wants love, exclusive love, love with a soulmate. And I feel for some of you, you have found it and are no longer interested in a particular divine masculine who might still be reaching out or wanting to communicate, or vibrationally you might still be feeling this person. And if you've already moved on and it's just coming forward with very toxic type vibration, perhaps they're picking up off of that in the 5D. Because I feel here from my divine feminines, you have found your person. And it's the divine masculine here that this reading is representing is not your person. You found somebody else and they can't take it. Borderline obsessed with you for my divine feminines. Look at this next card. We've got the Five of Swords. So more air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, mind games and control. Falling right below this awakening card for the divine masculine. Tap into divine masculine energy from that card. And I really feel here for this divine masculine, there is that level of wanting to control the divine feminine and just playing mind games, as this card states. Fives in tarot, you know, it's difficult, it's adversity. And Five of Swords is conflict and tension, feeling defeated. And the divine masculine already had that card coming forward, that defeated card. Yeah, see, right there. He's not a happy camper. Definitely not. And now we've got the Seven of Wands right after the Five of Swords. Defense mechanism. And I really feel here my divine feminine is doing whatever it is she needs to do to move on from this. Found love elsewhere. Recovered from this third-party situation for some of you. And I've got a divine masculine who can't seem to accept that the object of his affections, so to speak, has moved on to somebody else. That is what I'm getting from that. All right, so let's add to this with some additional romance angels. So angels and spirit guides, please, for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, focusing on divine feminine energy. What else, please, for my divine feminines? How does my divine feminine feel about the connection that they are in? Past life relationship. Okay, so for some of my divine feminines, there might be a soulmate connection currently going on here. And there's that sense of familiarity simply because you guys have connected in a past life already. The next card, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And I really do feel here for my divine feminines, if you haven't found love yet, which I feel for some of you guys that certainly might be the case, you've got a soulmate that has the potential to come in for you once you fully release yourself and retreat from this connection that I feel is no longer serving you, since there are third parties represented here. Mind games, manipulation, self-sabotage, and nightmares. I feel here, whoever is resonating with this, you need to let this person go so that you can find love elsewhere if you haven't already. And look at this next card. Release your ex. It's time. It's time to let... It's time to let him go. If you haven't already, because I really feel here that this is where your happiness lies for my divine feminines. That is what I'm grabbing from that. All right, so let's go ahead and continue, and let's grab some additional cards here to add to this, guys, and let's see what else we can bring forward here. So let me grab some messages from the Infinity Oracle by Fire Witch Tarot. For my fire signs, please, angels and spirit guides, for Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. What else do we need to know for this reading, please? For Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, please bring it forward for me. higher perspective, ritual, sweet indulgence, kept letters, bad intentions. I feel here truly that my divine feminines especially are really trying to elevate their understanding of what's going on in their life, especially their love life. Seeing things, as this card states, from a higher perspective. And I feel my divine masculines, or whoever is gravitating towards that energy, is coming from a low vibrational type vibration. Ritual right next to that. Some of you guys might have a particular ritual that you follow to bring about healing, to cleanse, to let go of people, things, experiences, negative energies that we allow to engulf us sometimes, whether that's through meditation or just a relaxing bath, whatever it is, or saging, whatever it is that you feel you need to do in order to create movement, positive energies in your life. Sweet indulgence. I mean, that looks absolutely delicious. Some of you guys might actually have a sweet tooth, something as simple as that. We've got kept letters coming forward here as well. And of course, in today's world, it could be an email, it could be a text, however way this person may have communicated with you. Kept letters. So some of you guys may actually have kept or held on to those things for sentimental value. This could certainly be the divine masculine holding on to these things, especially if the divine feminine has released themselves from the connection and I've got a divine masculine who's not ready to let go. And then we've got bad intentions here. And I feel here for my divine feminines, perhaps you feel as though the divine masculine just didn't have your best interest at heart, and they really did have some bad intentions, and it created a lot of tension in the relationship. So that's coming forward. All right, so let's add to this, guys, with some signs from Spirit Love Oracle. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. What else do we need to know at this time, please? What else do we need to know at this time? Seven, 7, 7. Ooh, we've got snake, forbidden. We've got bones and indestructible right after that. Followed by brown, grounding, stability, and foundation. Last card is circles and completion. Okay, very interesting lineup of cards. 777. This card reads, rapid soul development that comes from challenging times. And it's so true, because I feel here that this hasn't been an easy connection by any means, especially with third-party situations, a divine masculine with a temper or a very heavy hand or borderline abusive or obsessive, somebody with a drinking problem, whatever challenges arose in the relationship that were challenging enough that I feel one person ended up just retreating and moving away from it and possibly found love elsewhere. Part of this snake energy, forbidden, for me is similar to that forbidden fruit type vibration. You want what you can't have type thing. And so that just goes back to temptation and third-party situations and infidelity. Bones and indestructible is coming through for those of you who actually fail to recognize how much stronger you actually are, you can overcome adversity, you can overcome challenging times, which is represented by that 777 card, rapid soul development that comes from challenging times. It kind of gives you the opportunity to learn from negative experiences that have entered your life through toxic connections or other painful experiences that you have had in your life. You're a lot stronger than you recognize. You're a lot stronger than you realize you are. This grounding card, I feel, is what's needed here, stability and foundation. And I just really feel here that in this type of connection, it's very unbalanced energy. It's basically built on a very rocky foundation. And so that creates actually very unstable energy, a very unstable relationship. And so it's very fitting here that this card comes forward, because I feel not only are you both deserving of the type of relationship where it offers a solid foundation, very grounded energy, very stable. At the end of the day, I really feel that that's what my divine feminines especially are looking for. And my divine feminine coming through in this reading just couldn't offer that. So it's fitting that we've got this completion card represented here, because I feel it is a cycle that needs to go through its phases and come to completion so that both people can learn from it and move on from it. Heal and learn. All right. Let's add to this with some healing messages. I'm going to move these guys up. Let's grab some healing cards here from the angels to add to this reading. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Please bring forward some healing messages at this time for those who would benefit from these healing messages, please. Some healing messages for my fire signs, please. Oh, wow. Look at that. Miracles. Bottom of the deck is harmony. I feel here that you guys needed that. Especially if you have been dealing with some pretty tough things in your life, not just in regard to your love relationship, your love connections, but those of you who are dealing with some pretty heavy stuff right now, or a situation where you feel it's impossible. You're about to get your miracle. And that's going to put your life back on course and restore this harmony that I feel has been missing for a while. So things are ultimately going to get better for you. It doesn't matter whether you are divine masculine or divine feminine. I feel that you were meant to be on the journey that you were on, learn from it, gain wisdom from it, and move on, you know, because I'm feeling particularly in this connection, there's just too much of an unbalanced type energy to where you guys are not on the same page. I have one person that's retreating. I have one person who might be a little bit obsessed with the other. And that's just not two people that are gravitating towards each other with good energy. Okay. All right, guys, let's close out this reading. I feel like grabbing some Lover's Oracle. Some final thoughts from the Lover's Oracle deck. And I really do feel for some of my divine feminines, you have the potential to find a soulmate bond if you haven't already. And I feel here that you have had to release your ex or whoever is representing a relationship that has run its course. I feel for some of you, you might gravitate towards thinking that it's a twin flame type bond, but it's not easy. It is not easy at all. And for some of you guys, part of this miracle might actually be giving you the answers that you are in need of in regard to this connection if you're feeling lost or just confused. Trust in your instincts. Trust in the universe bringing you what it is that you need when you need it. Look at this. We've got soulmate, followed by only time will tell, followed by transformation. Wow. So confirmation of that soulmate bond from that card that came through earlier. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So for those of you who have yet to manifest your soulmate coming into your life, I feel here that that's certainly a part of that miracle that's coming forward there. There's a reason why this is indicated twice in this reading. Soulmate coming through twice. It will take time. You know, this is a process that needs time to come to fruition. Healing needs time as well. Next card is transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So for some of you guys, it might not actually be a done deal. For the majority, however, I do feel that it is. But of course, there are some of you guys that are willing to work on this partnership, or especially for my divine feminines who just see this as a friendship right now, if you're willing to continue on with the connection, it might actually grow into something more rewarding for you. You know, it just depends on how you allow it to play itself in your life. But for those of you guys who are dealing with a divine masculine with a temper and just coming forward with some toxic energies, just be mindful of that and tread lightly if that's something that you want to continue to invest your energies towards. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this reading. I hope that you were able to resonate with this reading, if not bits and parts of it. And if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. And I will be back very soon with more readings for you. If you are interested in a private reading, that information is down below this description box. All right, guys. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.